Downloading latest intel package. Welcome back. I was getting worried about you.
Agent Academy, episode number 3, recorded on November 14th, 2017. I'm Agent Goonie Guy.
I'm Agent Soho.
And welcome back to the show. We really appreciate everyone telling their friends about the show and tweeting us at Agent Academy.
Yeah, and even telling your enemies about it.
Yes.
We also appreciate that.
Direct them our way, but just tell them that we're not their enemies. Mm-hmm. We're their frenemies. But we're also, we mentioned our Facebook page last week.
Yeah, we got a lot of activity from that. So thanks, everybody. I was like, we were all sad, like, it doesn't have any likes at all. Just one, and that was me. And then now we have like millions and millions.
Millions. We quit our jobs, and we're doing this full time now.
Yep. No, we just quit our jobs.
And
anyway, welcome back. Here we are. We're ready for a whole new episode right here, right now. And we don't have a bumper again for SITREP. 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 SITREP.
Situation report.
SITREP. SITREP. So our SITREP this week, this is things that happened in Ingress this week. News, events, ops, nops, snops, and flops. And this week, okay, so we have a new field op video out. Our Ingress Field Ops series, Blanket the City Part 2 is out.
Dose!
Where we got attacked by ninjas. And so you'll have to go check that out. It's on the channel right now. And also, this episode is the first one that we're live streaming. We're actually live streaming this right now. And right now we have 11 viewers right now. We have the chat room. We have people chatting. And we actually just kind of decided just to quickly start streaming this.
Right.
Because we hadn't really planned it. But for the long run, of course, we have always planned to stream this, but just not so quickly. We just kind of flipped the switch and here we are. We're live. But
that's how we roll. And we'll do some live streaming out on the field as well. I think that'll be a lot of fun doing some missions. Yeah. Stream them live.
Right. Why not?
Things like that.
Periscope or YouTube streaming or whatever. So right now we're on Twitch. And if you want to come along in the future and chat and watch us live, it's twitch.tv/Agent Academy. That's our username. It's probably pretty easy to find, really. Yep. Also, I guess we should probably stream from our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
We'll hook that up in the future. So, yay for live streaming.
Live streaming's all fun and dandy.
It is.
Like, why not do it when you can do it and we can do it? So let's do it. Do it. We just did it. Just do it. Okay, so we also have some updates on the game itself. Had a little update, and there was an APK teardown on Fev Game. So if you want to know more about that, head over there. But basically, they added in some functionality that is for the Shards. And so we'll see exactly what it's supposed to do. But right now, we don't really know much.
It's so mysterious, this Shard business.
Yes, and we actually have a whole new segment on Shards Day we'll get to. But the only thing they added really that they noted of interest was an XM cost knob, field public create link cost, and it looks like they're thinking it's an XM cost that they can change on the fly for portals and stuff to do move the shards and linking from the shard portals. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to read up more about is the Shards, because we have the info from the previous Shards, but we don't know if that's the same thing right now or not. And we actually have a question answered by Andy later on that was answered in the AMA.
Yeah, that's right.
Also a new site, Ingress.report. Did you see that at all?
No, I didn't until you mentioned it this week. Interesting.
It's a site where they're going to start posting new stuff or stuff that the community is doing around the world, different ops and different just community service things.
Mm-hmm. Things that the Vanguards are updating for us.
I don't know. Is that who's doing it?
Well, I mean, I suspect it would be, since they had just got Vanguards that are able to post content for the community straight from them. So
just like put them straight to work.
Yeah, it seems like, yeah, exactly. It's like, boom, here's the site. And it kind of runs like a Tumblr. It's just a big long stream of all kinds of I don't know, SITREPs, I guess, like filled out type SITREPs and photos and all kinds of stuff. So that's ingress.report. And that's a pretty cool domain name, .report.
It's really cool.
It's very cool.
I mean, it's cool that they're doing this kind of stuff. I know they're talking about posting the videos that they requested for, what was that hashtag? We didn't put that in here. We should have put that in there. There we go. What does Ingress mean to you?
Oh, yeah.
They're planning on putting those there. They tweeted out, what does Ingress mean to you? We would love it if you could answer this question with a video posted using the hashtag, what does Ingress mean to you? And they're going to put the best ones that they like on ingress.report for the Ingress Year 5.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool to see.
Right. They're gearing up for that.
Should we do ours right now?
Double AP and stuff. Yeah, best
Just
video,
clip it
right?
out.
It's like submitting a video, of course. That would be cool.
Amp it up. What does Ingress mean to you, Mr. Fuller? Or should I say Agent Soho?
You'll have to wait for the video to see. Is that a cop out?
It is a cop out.
Because
this is the video right here.
A cliffhanger.
Oh, okay. Cliffhanger. Wait for his thing. I feel like I'm huffing on Sharpie marker, so I was trying to mark something off my vest, and I can smell it, and I'm getting a little dizzy. So if I pass out, you're gonna have to like help me out. Just letting you know.
Oh boy,
that's not huffing stuff on purpose. But so that's really cool. If you want to submit your videos, do it, and hopefully you'll get it on Ingress Report, and we'll talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that matters. But
can we use their videos too? Well, I guess we could always ask permission.
Yeah,
to make some sort of compilation or something. Because anyway,
like of everybody's everybody's video for.
Because that's what we're here for. Like that's what the Agent Academy. That's what our project is to deliver video, Ingress related videos and podcasts and stuff. So it makes sense. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Also, this is a really cool one that I know Goonie Guy is excited about. So portal submissions have now been lowered to level 10 and higher. So now you'll be able to access the OPR, the Operation Portal Recon, and finally start, looking at those portal candidates and start saying yay or nay. And
no, you can't see my thumb over there. There we go.
Which I've still enjoyed doing every week. Really, it's pretty cool. It looks pretty good on mobile. I finally got around to using it on my tablet, although it seems to it locked up my tablet once or twice. I don't know if it's the there's a Google Map embed where you can it's interesting. So if you've looked at Street View on your mobile device, you can like move the phone around like AR style and kind of like and see it moves the camera in game according to the accelerometer on your phone. You know what I'm talking about?
No, you'll have to show it to me.
It's hard
later.
to explain. There's probably a real term for it, but I don't.
Do you want the board?
I don't even know if I could draw this, but basically you move the camera with your phone. You're moving it around. You're looking up. You're looking down.
Isn't that how you always move the camera?
Well, yeah, but when you're on, if you're on your PC, like right now, we're on our desktop,
right?
You can't be moving around your monitor.
Oh, like almost like a Street View thing, like the,
right,
okay, yeah. Okay. And what do they call that? There's something you can submit in Google, the pictures,
photosphere.
Yeah. So okay, yeah.
Right.
Photosphere.
Okay. That's what cool. I'm trying to get out. So I think that locks up my Nexus tablets. I have two tablets. It locked up one, so I picked up the second one, loaded up OPR, and it crashed too. So I know it's not my device. It is
your account.
It is the software.
You got banned.
But anyway, it looks great. Other than that, on a tablet, I mean, it's a cool thing. You sit back and watch some TV or something. Like if you're just doing something, you just like on your tablet, get your 10 submissions done for the day, and it's pretty cool.
and then start it back up after it locks up a few times.
Yeah.
Then you're all good.
Right.
That's cool. And they have of course, their website on the support.ingress.com for candidate portal criteria that helps you submit the best candidate possible to get accepted. And also the thing people need to remember is you only get how many submissions do you get
a day?
Well, it's in 2 weeks. Is it 7 or 14? I always forget. It's one of those numbers, right?
Oh yeah. Every 2 weeks. I forget.
But I know people kind of get confused on what it means to like you get it within that 2 weeks, but it's we'll go with 14, and if we're wrong and it's 7, then put 7 wherever I say 14. How about that? That works.
That's what the Agent Academy is all about. Even we learn. The Academy is a place for learning and sharing. And
I'm going to use the board.
What are you doing?
Can I use the whiteboard?
Yes.
So okay. We're going to go with
14 days. Okay.
Imagine that's 14 slots right there. Right? So if you submit a portal, you submit a portal there.
Mm-hmm.
If you submit them all,
and this might not translate for our audio listeners.
Right? Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast. Let's just drop
He's
that.
like, oh yeah, that's right. It is the audio podcast. But
I love it when you remind me of that stuff. But yeah, so anyway, you can submit. Each individual submission has a 2-week limit.
Right.
Right. So if you submit one on one day, you can wait till the last day and submit, or even the day after the last one and submit. Why is it so confusing?
Well, when you open OPR, it has a checkpoint. It has checkpoints.
Yeah.
Like its own checkpoint. So like I don't know. We need to probably research that a little more.
What do you mean checkpoint?
An OPR checkpoint. You open it up, you see the history of checkpoints, and it looks to be independent of the actual checkpoint in the world. Should we just edit this part out because we don't know what the crap we're talking about?
Well, I'm not in OPR yet, so so I'm not allowed to know. I can't know.
So only I don't know what the crap I'm talking about.
Whatever. So did we confuse everybody enough yet? We'll try more. So
I'm confused.
Well, no, it's hard to explain the whole portal thing, like the submissions.
Yeah.
Like, because you go, well, you can only submit 14 in whatever time limit, but that's not. I mean, it is true, but
right. Well, what we probably should do is get
a video.
Yeah, make a video with a clear animation showing exactly, straight to the point, exactly how to do it, what the rules are. I think that would be great. Let us know down in the comments if link us to something that explains it well. If there's not something that exists, then we'll make it. Anyway, so we'll move on.
It's coming up with like one good example, right?
Right. Okay. Well, what's next on the SITREP this week?
The next thing on the SITREP is AAP. So last year they did AAP on November 15th, I believe.
Right after
the year thing.
What do you call it?
4 year.
Yeah, the 4 year.
So
medal.
it's rumored that they're going to announce it on the live stream. There's apparently a live stream that's supposed to go on Facebook tomorrow, November 15th at 10 a.m. PST at facebook.com/Ingress. So they'll be celebrating and talking about the 5 years of Ingress. They'll probably be picking the best ones to put on the Ingress.report, right?
And that's okay. Yeah.
So you need to hurry up and do your video.
Oh man. Yeah. So we don't have any time. In fact, by the time you hear this show, this has already happened because our show comes out every Wednesday at around noon. And this podcast starts at 10 a.m. I mean, that live stream from Ingress. So I don't know. We'll have to go check it out and see. It sounds pretty good. I heard you made something cool this week.
I made a green triangle. I woke up and I was looking at the map, eating my Wheaties. I don't really eat Wheaties, but I was looking at the the Intel map,
eating your cheese nips.
And I noticed the lane from down in Priceville. Anyway, a lane was clear except for like just a couple portals. And I was like, I can flip those and run down to the place, throw a link up to another place, and make a huge triangle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did it, and unfortunately, I didn't really tell anybody I was doing it until like I was on the road, and then I had to like flip some of our own portals, some of our friends' portals, and like immediately comms, it was like, "Goody guy, what are you doing?" Like, what's up? And I was like, and I'm trying to, because it's like a time limit between like, okay, I'm flipping this. People are going to know something's going on when I'm flipping multiple portals of our team. So they're going to be like, let's block this lane. He's obviously.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to like type and say, hey, this is what's going on. Sorry. And anyway, so I rushed down there and got it built, and it was, well, I'll tweet it out if I didn't already. I think I already tweeted it out, but so it's good. 150K MU.
Nice.
So it was a nice little chunk.
So
but
now
I didn't
that's
do any
your
layers.
biggest.
You know what? I think it is now my, so that
your
was my
previous
biggest.
was like a 106, I think, or 105.
Yeah.
That you can see online on our YouTube channel.
Or on our Instagram. Wait, we don't have it yet.
Oh, yeah. We were going to start a new Instagram account this week. Agent Academy. I guess go ahead and follow it. It might exist by the time you hear this.
Or someone will get it before we can, and then we'll have Agent Academy with like, Goatsy on there or something. But
yikes.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it will. We'll finish. Maybe we should stop the podcast and do it. No, let's move on. So, also talking about the portal submissions, I went ahead and submitted some portals. I actually have a Google Doc that when they announced that they were starting it back up, I put in a whole bunch of places. Like I found a bunch of portals that I wanted to submit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they said, well, you got to be level, 11, I was like, son of a.
Yeah.
So.
But now you're finally working through this big, long thing.
Yeah, but
list.
I needed to keep some open we're shooting a video tonight where we've got to submit some portals. So I had to keep some open. So I only submitted 3. Make sure I had room.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then in 2 weeks, those 3 will unlock.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to explain this throughout the show, just with references to they'll unlock in 2 weeks or maybe 1. I don't know.
We need the animation.
Oh, man. Okay. So anyway, that was my exciting week. I know you had some exciting stuff. You had some questions about OPR, obviously.
Yeah. So while I was doing my OPR stuff, I came across a portal. I think it was like a kid's playground, but it was inside of of the Redstone Arsenal here in Huntsville, Alabama, and that is a military installation. You're not allowed to actually take photographs in there. I mean, perhaps you could, but you're not allowed to leave those photographs. And I've read this online. Many people in Huntsville have linked this information, saying that it is against, I guess,
national security.
I
or
guess
something?
so, to take photographs and leave the area and show people. So, in essence, you're not probably allowed to Instagram pictures or Facebook pictures or take pictures of portals and put them on Ingress. And you're not allowed to make Ingress portals that people can then go to the military installation, and just play games. You're not allowed to do that.
Right.
But there are lots of portals that exist on this this government land, and there's lots of portals that exist on other government land. And this is there's gates. You have to be authorized to enter. There is no public access at all, and that is one of the guidelines, and that is part of the test that you have to take to accept the role as an OPR specialist. I don't know.
Are you giving out secret information? So I'm gonna have to take this test.
Oh, are you? Did you Google it?
I'm while you're talking. Yeah, I'm
cool,
looking at.
Cool. Okay.
So I'm wondering if there's a difference though between the Arsenal and Marshall Space Flight Center.
Okay.
Like if there's different rules between being on the Army side and on the Marshall Space Flight Center side.
Uh-huh.
And we know some people who work out there that may actually know the ins and outs of that.
Mm-hmm. But I would love to hear from anybody who has some insight about this, because I don't want to approve these, and I don't want to not approve them. I don't want to touch them basically. So I just
Until
toss
you know.
them back. I toss them back. I say, no, give me the next candidate because I don't want any part of that. But I would love to know: is this something that just continues to happen in this gray area where nobody wants to talk about it, or is this something that has already been cleared up? And Ingress says, "Oh yeah, this is perfectly fine. You're allowed to take pictures of top secret military buildings because that's literally what they are." So I don't know. To me, in my head, it sounds like, oh no, you don't want to do that. But the fact that people get away with it for so long is like, well, okay, then I don't know. And I have plenty of friends that work on the arsenal that have you like. I'm not saying that these shouldn't exist because I'm not allowed there. Because I really love these portals because they're really hard to get to, and people really struggle with these portals. And we have friends that from the inside that allow us to use these portals as really nice anchors and stuff. So I'm not saying like I'm not bitter. I'm just saying I don't want to break any rules, So
Right.
that's that.
And yeah, and it's definitely an interesting question that I think almost they would have to answer. I was trying to look to see if they had it on their websites or things like that. But I mean, I worked out there for 10 years and I don't remember anyone ever telling me I couldn't take photos out there, but it was kind of before
Social media and stuff.
Well, that's not,
No.
I mean, Facebook started stuff like that. And there's definitely, stuff about, hey, don't, take photos of you doing goofy crap. And
Right.
but
Well, even if the photo thing has been cleared up, what about the
well, there's some in
public
top secret
access.
areas,
right
that
right.
you aren't. When I say that, you have to have top secret clearance to get to those areas. So to me, that seems. I wonder about those,
Right.
and maybe that's just rumor and just local lore or something about those portals. Maybe they're not actually in top secret places, but
Yeah.
it's
But-
a very
but the-
interesting question. How do you
yeah.
find out?
Right. Yeah. So just let us know if anybody hears about this or knows about it, and we'll continue this investigation.
I'm really glad you brought that up because I'll be taking the OPR test
The
and
test here soon.
what you got to be 11 or 12? 12?
Oh
There's 11 for one thing and then 12 for
no, just
it's
11 now.
12. Okay.
Yeah, you should have full access at level 11.
So soon. I'm close because see, I was trying to get to 11 to be able to submit the portals for the show tonight. And
Oh, yeah.
I was having to get 150 AP 150K AP a day to make it. And then they announced that and I was like, well, like I said, I can slack off a little bit. So I'm
Right.
close, but
That's awesome.
I might just wait for double AP
Oh man,
to just bust it.
it's like a week away or something, maybe.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll
that would
start
be great.
tomorrow.
That's
But yeah, and we'll see when it starts.
Mhm. All right. Well, what's next on the docket?
Oh, I think Ingress just sharded.
That's gross. What
I'm
happened
sorry.
to Ingress? Why did it shard?
This is the Shards update.
All right. So, mysterious shards.
Mysterious whisper. So the Shards, it's like, well, what are they and what are they doing? And we kind of touched on it a little bit last week, but we didn't really talk about it. And for one thing, we don't know a whole lot except for what was from previous series rules, which by something that Andy said that it may not be the same. So, but basically, we know that on Saturday, November the 4th, that 5 shards spawned with no known targets. So no one knows where they're supposed to go. And they're moving around. We may give an update next week if it's public knowledge to where they actually are. And I mean, they're on the map if you can find them and that sort of thing. They are marked.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, where they're moving, it'd be interesting to see like, oh, hey, it moved from here to there. So we may get a little more on that. If you want to have questions about shards that we can answer, send them our way. We'll find the info and let you know on the next show.
Well, I have a prediction. I suspect the relevancy of these shards is that they are going to lead up to an event.
What?
And you know what you want to know what this event is?
Ingress 2.0.
Yeah. You think
That-
so? Exactly.
And I mean, it makes sense to do something, right?
Right. You would think so. And
Do you think they'll
Shards
announce it tomorrow? 2.0?
I don't know. I mean, if they're really doing this live stream, it seems very official and they want to put the word out and the excitement of something, right?
Yeah, that should be the title of this episode regardless, because people Ingress 2.0 tomorrow? Question mark. Right? And then they'll tune in to see. Anyway.
They're like, well, that was yesterday. Ingress 2.0 yesterday. So I don't know. Okay, that was the prediction. But we had
I like
a
that
question
prediction.
here. You like that? All right.
This was a question from the AMA.
Okay, cool.
So we pulled it out of the What's Andy Got to Say segment because it had to do with Ingress sharding. So we want to talk about it here. Anyway, the question was from Marichka Pelashok. Sorry for butchering that. I know I did. Pelishok. No. So the question was, now we have some unexpected shards again, so we hope to receive some distinction for hunting them down. An anomaly badge, perhaps? This could be a logical and reasonable reward for the efforts. And Andy responded with, I'm not sure we know what these shards are definitely for yet. There's a lot of speculation, but to date, no targets have manifested as is traditional. So non-traditional shards?
All right. Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
okay. So it's just, an answer not to answer.
Yeah. So let's answer the question that was asked. Basically, does hunting down shards justify a badge, or maybe even something even more than that? So if we talk about shards and the difficulty and what it takes to actually work with them, and I mean, we're talking people spending tons of time doing it. I would say much more than anomalies, at least the going to anomalies and doing it. The planning, probably about the same, stuff like that. So I would say that definitely justifies a badge.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, any kind of hard effort, hard work should be rewarded with something in game, right? Yeah, even OPR gives you a badge. I mean, it's like, so I would think so.
So
I mean,
good for a badge.
I mean, and how many badges are we gonna have? Like, I mean, if you have to scroll down, I think I would hope that they wouldn't just be giving out badges every week for some weird thing. I mean, the XO5 controller badge was kind of like one of those things where it was just like, here, do this one mission and we'll give you a badge. But if they do that every week, that's or just even once a month, that's 12 new badges a year, and then it just adds on to each other, and then you're just like looking at somebody's profile and you have to scroll so far to see their live stats below. And
well, do you think they should add almost a new designation, or at least categorization of the badges? Because I agree with you to some extent. Like I think the things you do that take some time, like getting those portals or the fields for that one, like to me that was badge worthy, right? But all these like characters, and things like that, maybe there's a different kind of categorization they could do. So it's not like, because some of it is like, well, I met this person and got their card, but some of them you get just for going to the anomaly,
right,
and getting like the kits or whatever. So it's like, I don't really even want those. Like, to me, I don't want those in my view. Like, let me at least be able to delete them. But if it was a different category where it was like people in place,
okay.
Well,
there's an idea. Yeah, being able to remove or rearrange your own medals for whatever reason. Because
right now it's basically time.
Right, because it's always going to be stacked on the front.
One.
Right.
Yeah. So you can see what people did during that year, because the new year badge will be after the stuff that got updated.
Yeah. So in a sense, you can get an idea of someone's playstyle. Right. True. Okay. Well, that's a whole conversation just spun up right there about medals. But
there's one other thing, and I don't know why it's not in here, because there's one more question from Andy. Did we do all the questions we had? Actually, we haven't gotten there yet, have we?
No. That was the Shards segment.
But it goes straight into...
What's Andy got to say? What's Andy got to say?
Nothing.
What Andy got to say?
Maybe something. Maybe if you keep singing.
So this is Andy's weekly AMA. And, of course, he was gone last weekend because of the anomaly in Colorado.
Boulder. He's doing boulders.
Boulder, Colorado. And
Boulder dashing.
But he is back this week with tons of questions. And so we just like to go through and kind of mine those and get just a couple of interesting questions that either we asked him ourselves or are super relevant to the game itself. And luckily this week, you asked a question and got an answer.
We did, but we'll talk about that one at the end.
Yeah, we'll save that for last.
Till the end.
I'll do the first one.
Okay.
Okay, and this is from a question from Nikita Korolev.
You're almost as good as I am with the names.
Nika Kor. That's her name, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just gonna roll with that. Tell me, is it true?
Nikkei Kor.
What?
Nikkei Kor.
Nikkei Kor. Probably not Nikkei Kor. Anyway, so tell me, is it true that the chance of dropping more keys from the portal depends on its level? That just doesn't sound right. And Andy's answer is, this is a myth.
So that's good. I like throwing these in here because I think there are a lot of myths and things that people go, oh, this is how this works. But it absolutely doesn't. It's just what people just assume or think, or someone said it while they were playing beer grass and it just took a life of its own. So,
right.
So it's good. We know this now for a fact, unless it changes.
Right.
That that's not true.
All right. What's this next one?
This next one is from Dexter Torres, our 1984.
In-game name? Okay.
In-game name. Do you have any suggestions or tips on how to avoid denial based on proximity? And this is talking about submissions for portals. It says, we'd like to have our fantastic candidates be reviewed and approved based on their quality and not denied due to an unknown proximity rule. Andy answered with, today, to provide the best game experience possible, the distance varies from approximately 20 to 30 meters. We encourage you to continue submitting all unique portals. So that's interesting. That gives a little more info on how far to keep your portals away from, even though he is saying go ahead and submit them all.
Yeah. And then just let LPR decide, I guess. Let the is there a name for OPR agents? I keep wanting there to be some sort of, you know what I mean? Like a an auditor, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know if that one's going to stick. Agent auditor.
I mean, it sounds pretty kind of H&R Block sounding, but I don't know. We'll come up with a name later. But and if you know of a name, I keep asking for it, but we love comments, so put that down below. What would you call someone who approves portals? A
portal reconnoiteur?
Reconnoiteur. Oh, he sounds French.
Oh, and I kind of left out the last part of that sentence, as upcoming functionality will allow you to help select the best portals in a given area.
Upcoming functionality?
Yeah. So I assume that's in OPR to like make it easier for you to.
Oh, okay. An OPR update coming soon. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. I'm down for that. Actually, I would be down for a whole separate app, like on Android or iOS, that is just OPR instead of the website. I mean, the website works pretty well, except for kind of the crashes and stuff, but you're limited to HTML5. And I think with an app, you can really get slick with it and have sliding windows and, stuff like that. But anyway. Okay.
He loves them sliding windows.
I like flicking stuff around with my fingers.
Oh, God. That's too far. Too far.
Sorry.
Too far.
Anyway.
Kim will be happy you said that. But anyway.
The next question is from Kevin Ayers. Ayers? That's a cool last name. Anyway, here we go. How did the Recharge Tech beta test go for the November series? And Andy said, it was a success. I see no reason why we can't bring medals back can't bring medals for RR back for
the recharge rooms.
Recharge rooms. Okay, so they took them and they're bringing them back.
So, and this leads me to, and I'll throw this question at him next week if no one else does. Are they going to bring it back for the next set? Or is that unfair since the ones in December?
Oh, because the next set's like in San Francisco in America.
Right. And Honolulu was Honolulu. Yeah. I think those are the two options.
Yeah.
So I doubt we'll be getting to those.
Right. You're right. But that would be a little weird to kind of cut it in half. Like they need to have different rules or different
for each
regulations and stuff for each. I would think
for the whole for XO5 as a parent. So you think they'll wait till after XO5?
I would suspect. First quarter? Yeah. So.
I agree with you. I think you're right. I hope. To me, I don't know. See, I guess anyone could help recharge anywhere, even if they went and did it for the first one. So it's not like the people who did the first one couldn't get the badge. Like I went to the last anomaly.
Yep.
Right. See, I got my pin right here.
He's got his medal.
So I went to that one and got the badge. And then the next set, the same anomaly, but the second set, I went to a recharge room.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a badge for doing that because I already had a badge.
Right.
So it's kind of the same thing, just backwards. Just imagine you went to the first one, you're helping out for the second one to recharge. So I say, even though I agree with you, I think that they probably won't. I think it would be okay, and I wish they would consider bringing the recharge room back for the next anomaly. Just for, some people really love the badges.
Yeah.
So anyway. The last one here was one that, so I submitted this one, and I'll tell you why. Yesterday, I went and got a drink at the Circle K, and I was going to get my code, and my favorites, it was under my favorites thing in the app, and it was gone. And I was like, why is that gone? So I was like, oh, they canceled it and just didn't say anything. So I looked all over, and I finally found it on a different tab, and it was all different, and the whole system was different. So the Circle K promotion used to be that you would get a drink, like a fountain drink. There's some other ways you could get it, but they didn't always work. So I always just got a drink. It was, 89 cents total. That's including tax. And I got my drink for lunch, and I got a code. And so you would scan a thing, and then in the app, it would actually give you the passcode that you would then go put in. So that's changed, though. Now you get points. So you still get certain items from the store. You go buy it, you scan this thing, and depending on the item, you'll get a point. And then you use these points to turn in for items. So you can't turn in 1 point for one code. You got to wait till you get 5 or a certain amount of points, which I'll look up while I'm talking. And then when you get those points, you turn those in for like a pack of codes. And then that pack of codes gets emailed to you. So you would get like 10 Ingress things. I've got my 1 point, so you can't really see that. But that's the new screen. And so for 5 points, you get 10 rare passcodes. So it's actually, you get more passcodes, but you don't get them at one. I mean, you get them at once, but you don't get them for that one drink like you used to.
Okay.
So now you can get, for 5 points, you get 10 rare passcodes. For 20 points, you get 10 very rare passcodes. In the old system, the very rare passcodes were not very rare stuff, people said. I don't know. For 30 points, you can get $25 in Ingress gear.
So is that the in-game store, like the capsules and stuff, frackers? Or
this is shop.ingress.com.
Oh, for like shirts and keychains and stuff.
So real world stuff.
See, that's cool. That's way cool. Like I would totally wait for that.
Well, hold up, because I'm about to rain on your parade. So for 40 points, you can get 25 very rare passcodes. So that was all great. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. Wait, what's this message? Ending December 31st, 2017. And I was like, what? And then I looked in like all the details, and it's like in the small print at the bottom, it's You can last day to earn points is December 31st. Last day to redeem points is January 15th, 2018. So I was like, why is it anyway? So I asked the question in the AMA. I noticed today that the Circle K promotion has changed. Blah, 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 blah. Is it going away, basically? And Andrew said, as I understand it, this is a promotion that will run through the holidays. And after that, it will revert back to the normal promotion.
Oh, that's cool to know.
It is very cool to know, because if you just assumed it had changed and you didn't read the fine print.
What is happening?
Freaking Fev Games. Look at
the Fev
audio games. Ads on your I won't say stupid. You do a lot of cool website stuff for us, but not for us, but for Ingress. So anyway,
like Amazon just had to get a little piece of this podcast.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, had you not known it was just a temporary thing, you probably just would have kept redeeming little.
Or just not waited
a while,
and
right?
then it would be like, why did all my codes go away?
Right.
Oh, well, you had to. So if you want that $25 thing, you've got to do it within the month.
Yeah.
Before December, whatever we said, right?
So really, kind of like every time you go
December 31st
and you want to get a drink or some chips or gas or anything like that, just make it a Circle K, right? I mean, that's what
I've been doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been going just to get codes, but when I go for lunch somewhere around there where I'm picking up lunch and taking it back, I'm like, it's actually cheaper to get the drink from there than it is getting a drink anywhere else. Right. So like, I've been going to this sushi place that does like a $8 roll thing anyway, but it would be $2 to get a drink there, and it would be a little crappy drink, right? They always do give you the little crap. This one's the big one. Anyway.
Do they have cheese nips at Circle K?
They do have cheese nips, but you hate them. So
those are gross.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
So if you need it, get it fast. You can get up to 25 points a day. That's a lot of drinks. But hey, if you need it to get your shop code, it is technically cheaper to do it this way than spending the $25.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you're going to be spending money anyway at a gas station, I'm just saying, like, just make it a Circle K, and you're good to go. But Circle K isn't like everywhere. Like down here in the South, I know people all over the world may hear this podcast, but Circle K where we live, there's only like two or three of them. But we have a place called Mapco, and there's like more than 20 of those, like probably 30, I don't know, and Shells and stuff like that. So Circle K for us is a rare place. So we kind of have to go out of our way to do it. But anyway, worth it.
Well, yeah. It just needs to be Mapco for us.
Yeah. I mean, because there's one at every corner, literally.
And Mapco's green. Not that should be a deciding factor.
It is. It's a green logo.
Do you think that's why they went with Circle K? Because it wasn't blue or green?
Right, because it's red, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Maybe they could do a blue gas station and a green gas station. Do different ones.
Oh, and you'd pick your...
And then you'd compete. Yeah.
Faction.
And then do some other cool stuff. Anyway, that's in a different segment we'll talk about.
Our Circle K segment coming soon.
Circle K. Okay, Circle K. Look, Bumper's already done. Like
done.
We're gonna have to make a segment now. Got it? That's it for Andy. What's Andy got to say?
Andy got to say? Hey, Andy got to say. Hey, hey. That's the outro bumper of that.
I was going through like sound files to try to find one to fit that, and just like I stuck with one that was from Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah,
this dude named Andy Dufresne. And it was talking about how he had to crawl through 500 yards of beep and beep to get into escape.
Oh god!
And I thought that'd be a funny one. Like Andrew had to like crawl through, all these text posts to get these questions.
Oh, I see. It's a little bit of a stretch.
Is it? Anyway.
Okay, well, we're into the next segment here, and this is one of the coolest ones. I really enjoy this one. What's in the capsule?
What's in the capsule?
This segment, of course, is your ideas for the game. What would you like to see in Ingress? What would you like to see removed from Ingress? What bugs would you like to see fixed?
Yes.
anything like that. So let's modify the game, shall we? And let's just start with our ideas this time. We have a couple submitted from other people.
Yeah.
But let's just start with you. What you got?
Well, this one actually came from some discussion in the YouTube comments about some of the ideas that we had in the game or in the last episode, and then it went back and forth a little bit, and this is what it came about. So, and I'm just going to read what I wrote there. What if you could use the links on a portal to move locked capsules? It'd be a cool mini game to help mule to other areas, maybe destroying the link before someone uses code to pick up capsule. Actually, what did I type this when I was drunk? So we were talking about capsules and being able to lock them with a passcode, and then how cool would it be to be able to transport that capsule along a link? So if you had a link to another portal, to be able to send it to that portal, and then another agent could pick it up and open it up.
That's cool. Like a shard, like you're moving a shard, but a capsule.
But you're using your capsule. But if someone sees it, like, it should show in the map that it's like going and have a certain amount of time, maybe even mods to like speed it up, slow it. Right. And then if someone like destroys that portal that it's going to before it gets there, then it drops wherever it was, right? And it's in the world at that point and unlocked. So it would be like this battle.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, that is really kind of a mini game.
Anyway,
which is kind of how you described it as being. Wow, freaky. That's kind of neat.
I just won't post when I'm drunk anymore. Yeah, seriously bad. Huffing on this Sharpie
juice. So I had an idea. This is kind of a. I don't know if this is. It feels like a bug fix, but it's kind of like, I don't know. Here, let me explain. So, I call it maybe kind of a GPS reset button. So, how many times have you been, driving around, and obviously you're going too fast to do anything?
Always going too fast.
And I'm talking to you as a passenger. Of course, you're not playing this game and driving at the same time.
Right.
So I'm in the passenger seat. My girlfriend's driving, and I'm like hacking everything as I go by, and I'm like, oh dang it, going too fast. And I don't want to be like, hey, can you slow down? We're on the highway, so can you slow down to like 25, please? so I'm
talking about dangerous.
So I'm just like, well, whatever, right? But once we get to a red light, it takes forever. Like the game still thinks I'm going really fast. Now, I think maybe it's the GPS in Android. I'm using Android. So maybe it's the GPS doesn't have time to catch up and it thinks I'm still going fast or something, because I'm sitting there just hammering it. And sometimes not even at a red light. Like I pull into a church or something and I'm like gonna do some actions and stuff. And I'm like, gotta wait. Sometimes I like close the app out and open it again. Sometimes I even reboot. And I'm like, please, I realized I was driving like 100 miles an hour a second ago, but now I've been parked for like a good 2 minutes. When am I going to be able to allowed to interact? So, and I have used Force Sync. That's usually one of my first go-tos.
Okay.
But the Force Sync is more or less kind of reloads the portal coordinates and data, like the portal overlay. But and the XM patterns on the ground and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think it has anything to do with GPS. So, and I realize that GPS isn't something that Ingress is really like has, a handle of. Like it's not in charge of it. It's your OS. It's right. Android's OS or it's iOS. But could they not have some sort of a reset or some sort of a like GPS refresh or something inside Ingress? Yeah. Or maybe there's one in Android and I just don't know about it.
Or something so you don't have to, like you said, close the game out or do something like that, where it's almost like next to the Force Sync, whereas like the GPS Force refresh.
And if Ingress is code, if they're allowed to say refresh or reboot your GPS, then could they not anticipate that and say, oh, I realize your car is stopped. Let me in the background refresh your GPS so that you're able to, you know what I mean? Like take care of that stuff for me. But anyway, so let us know in the comments what you think about that.
So does Android have airplane mode?
They do.
And Does that do that?
I haven't thought to actually flip that on and off.
Because when mine does like weird stuff, and mine's usually because Sprint sucks
Yeah.
and anyway, but maybe it's the same thing, and I just always thought it was Sprint and not something with the game. That's what I do. I just pop up and hit airplane mode and then pop it back, and it will pop it from if I'm like 1x or 3G, some crappy speeds.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll flip it back to LTE, like almost like it has to send another signal to the cell tower to go, okay, can we actually access you and quit using this crappy one?
Right.
And so I don't know if that's might be a way to do it.
Because normally GPS doesn't rely on cell towers; it's more of a satellite driven thing. But I haven't really thought to reset that according to GPS. I'll certainly try it next time. Shoot, we'll probably try it tonight when we're out roaming the city.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to do this one? We got some YouTube comments with ideas.
Sure. This one was from Frank Smith on YouTube under the last episode. It says, my idea, create a minigame where you drop different items in a wooded area like an urban wilderness park and make people walk through the woods to across a lake. Would be like a fun Easter egg hunt.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a mini game. So this could really kind of be a mission. I mean, you could probably create a mission to do something like this, like a hunt, like basically finding clues. And this has been done before, with other people, where you go to a portal to interact with it, but somewhere around it you find a clue which leads you to the next portal and so forth. But he's talking about where you drop different items in the park, but I mean, you would be able to see them on the map.
Well, but maybe you can't until you get close by. Like, okay, and they may do this with 2.0, because think about it with like Pokemon Go. Like, you can see that, oh, hey, there's Pokemon over there, but I can't see them where they actually are until I do all this walking around. At least that's how it used to be, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then it would pop up when you got within a certain amount of space.
Right.
Maybe they could do that with, some sort of like they're saying here, hidden items or something, to give people maybe in portal less dense areas something to do and a way to get items by walking around. Because isn't that what they want us to do, is walk around in parks and do all that stuff? So maybe if you have between some portals, and maybe it's under fields, like there could be some game mechanics that make sense, that actually, okay, I've got to work with people to do this, but after I do that, now we've got to still walk around under, and it would give you a bonus basically for having a field up, right? And so it's like, hey, yeah, let's go now walk around and hang out while we talk and look for some cool caches.
Right, yeah.
XM burster caches or something. And then you can find it, and maybe it's a glyph thing. If you get the 5 glyphs right, it unlocks.
Oh,
and you get it.
Right, yeah.
Something. I don't know. I think there's something there. That's a cool idea. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah, okay. This one is from our Google Plus page. This is from Agent Yang Hao 1. And he's from Harbin, China. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so a blank clone / copy portal key. A very rare, hackable, one-time use only blank key, maybe even a sponsored item, probably most likely, right? It can become a key to a portal if in range of the portal, the agent needs an extra key or keys for. Okay. So it can also be a clone, a copy of a key, if you have the portal key in your inventory. You need an extra key or keys for. Okay. I think there should be a comma somewhere that I'm like, what am I?
They may have been drinking like I was. Don't make fun of their writing.
This item could come in handy during the XO5 2000 Fields event. Oh, right. Also, if you are on a recharge team or lacking keys. Okay, so it would be you would be able to
basically
hack it.
It's like a skeleton key, right?
Yeah, and it's a blank key, and it can become a key to a portal that's in range or one that you already have, right?
And it sounds like it could be used for, portals that are hard to get to because of signal and things like that as well.
Right.
Or wait,
so
I mean, I guess they're saying you have to be in range.
Right, so that you can't just clone a key out in the world somewhere. That wouldn't make any sense. That's like cheating. Like it's like being able to hack something that you're not in range for.
Except for Muffaga.
What's that? Oh yeah. Mofo capsule.
So you can clone them all day long.
Well, that's true, but yeah, this is actually kind of cool. The more I think about it, is because you're able to clone just one,
and you lose that clone. I mean, the original, right? That turns into this key, so you can't do it again until you get another one, right?
Well, why would you clone something if the original destroys? Like a clone.
No, I mean, so you've got a skeleton key. And you basically turn it into this new one. So you can't just now turn it into another one because now it's that new key. So you lose that ability to do it until you get a new skeleton key.
Oh, I see. Right. I would just think that like it's a copy.
Shadows on your face.
It's a copy or a clone. So, I mean, it's like the definition of clone or to copy is to multiply it. So you can't destroy the original. You have to copy. You have to also have the original for it to be a copy.
Right, but I'm saying the key that basically you have this item, which isn't the key. It's not the clone. It's this item, right?
Right.
So you have to lose this item when you clone the other key. This item turns into the new thing.
Oh, right. Okay,
so you couldn't just sit there and clone all day long.
Right. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Because I was like,
I was about to get the board out because I'm not doing so well with words.
In my head, I was thinking a Xerox machine. So I'm making copies, but the originals are getting destroyed. I'm like, stop destroying my originals. All I want is to copy them.
Well, that's a good point. Like, so when you start making copies of stuff, what happens to them, right? They get worse and worse. So maybe it does have a certain amount of, like, you got one thing and it is some kind of like cloner, but each version gets worse and worse, so the links have to be shorter and shorter.
That would be weird,
right? It'd be hard to do.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be a little.
They do more damage to the portals.
I'd be kind of complicated for new players to explain to them.
That's true.
Here, you can have a key to this portal. Sorry, it's one of the crappy ones. They're like, wait, what do you mean? Well, it only goes like 3 feet. I'm like, what does that mean? So, yeah.
We've got a bunch of other stuff to explain first, okay? So, to make a fan field, what? You can make layers. What? The game's not confusing enough as it is. You're right.
Oh, boy. All right. So, we got another one?
No, I think that's all the ideas.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, cool.
I was just making. I saw Portal Key in here, and it made me think of Portkey Games, which we didn't talk about in the news at all. Which is the company that's working with Niantic to produce HP Wizards Unite, which is the Harry Potter version of Ingress and Pokemon Go, and so that's not what we talk about in the show, but I feel like we should at least mention it because it is something that the company's doing.
Yeah. And
let us know what you think about them doing all these different games. And there's apparently not controversy, but there's questions over like how much they're actually going to be involved, whether they're actually in the Portkey games or if they're just providing the data to them. Or are they actually making the game part of it? Yeah. So, we'll find out more about that, of course. But what do you think about them doing all these different games? Do you think that dilutes how much attention they're going to focus on Ingress? Do you think they're able to do more? I mean, Blizzard has how many games, and they do a good job of having multiple teams working on multiple games. So I don't find that a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as they can pay everybody, I guess. Then, Well,
that's what Pokemon Go was for.
Right. All right. Well, let's slip on into something more comfortable. To comms.
Comms.
So this segment here, questions, comments from you, the listener.
It's short for communications.
Yes. 2 M's.
Our community. No, we'll go with communications. Comms, like in the game.
Yeah.
You want to do this first one here?
Yeah, sure. We got a question from Twitter here.
What did Twitter ask?
Deborah on Twitter. Username Library Debster. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts about how Niantic could market the game better to potential new players.
I think putting in more confusing items.
Yeah, like degraded portal keys. I think probably just kind of more. I think for one thing, more ads, like, you know, not annoying banner ads everywhere, but like I think the one way to really reach young people today, or really kind of all people these days, is YouTube. YouTube ads at the beginning, the commercials that play before videos that people will buy YouTube Red, and you won't ever have to see them ever again. But, you know, I mean, run ads on that, you know, and they might. I don't know. I have YouTube Red, so I don't see ads, but to me, that's much more powerful than TV,
right?
And much more powerful than static ads and magazines. Who reads magazines anymore? And stuff like that.
Let me put this magazine up.
So to me, the best way to run an ad would probably be YouTube ads. But also another really good way is to get some of these, like, you know, big YouTubers and big, I don't know, vloggers, basically your YouTube celebrities types that are playing big games and stuff, you know, and sponsor some of their videos, like pay them to play and do a video, like just raise some awareness. And that happens all the time with other game developers. They do that. I mean, we had a video gaming channel back in the day, and games would sponsor us. They would say, here's a bag of money, play our game.
Not a big bag. But.
Yeah. And they wouldn't be like, you know, say good things about it. They'd just be like, dude, be honest. So, and that still happens today, but I would love to see some well-known, you know, people that, you know, over 1 million subs, obviously a big time person going outside with their phone, and that would bring that instantly. One video, you would have a ton of new people playing. I'm pretty sure of it. And all it would take is just a little bit of advertisement money.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, that's how a lot of YouTubers do, is they want to play the new games.
Yeah.
But they'll play the old games too. But you could say, hey, we'll get you in the beta for Harry Potter's whatever United Wizards World, whatever it is, the name of it, I forgot already. It's bad. I need to learn words. Anyway, say, hey, we'll get you in this beta, but we'd like you to also play Ingress and maybe do a comparison, like, or talk about Ingress. But play Ingress and we'll get you in this. A little tit for tat.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, something like that. I don't know, maybe like that. But I think also once you see, I read this question wrong. The marketing part, I was thinking it was like, once you kind of get someone in the game, how do you like keep them, right? Like, because I think a lot of new players, because like I was trying to get my family interested, so you know, I've had them go out on missions with me. There's just a lot there that doesn't really seem like a game until you get in there and start playing it and understand what the actual game is. And like, so I think there's a little bit to do with kind of a little more training into, like, because there's a tutorial, but I think there's a way to make it say, okay, well, you know, this is what the game is. Let's do the game. And this is how you get involved with your local groups, because I think that's a big thing, is connecting with the local groups. Yeah. So if Ingress worked with the local groups to do something more, that they do the first Saturdays, but maybe something change the recruit program, make it more of an affiliate thing than the email thing. I would have had 3 or 4 people from Circle K at all my visits there, except for it's hard to go, yeah, just give me your email. Like, one dude did, and I sent him a thing, but I don't think he ever joined.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like,
that's rough.
Give me like an affiliate thing or something that I can say, just go to this link.
Yeah, that email thing has always been tough.
And so I think that would definitely make it easier for people to get people into the game. And then more info about like the badges. Like, the first time you catch a portal, and maybe it does, I haven't played the tutorial in a long time, or I don't even know if I really ever did, but let them know, like, hey, if you hold on to this portal, you'll be working towards your Guardian badge. maybe that's a bad example right now with everything going on.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, give them that daily incentive, that little hit that will keep them coming back for more.
Yeah.
So use both of our ideas,
Right.
market to get them there with Sohos, and then keep them there. Okay, great question.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And then Ewok61 from YouTube said, what would you like to see in Ingress 2.0? What shouldn't make the jump?
Okay. So,
And that's
2.0. Wow. That's a big question.
I think that's almost the whole what's in the capsule segment. Like, I mean...
Yeah, these are all ideas every week of things that could improve the game, that could at least spawn inspiration for 2.0.
So let's take this. What shouldn't make it to 2.0?
The recruit a friend email thing.
And the Guardian.
Oh, yes, the Guardian. Yeah, that
Maybe
needs
those
to be that needs to be an obsolete medal. I think probably I would like to see I guess I'm getting into what's in the capsule really just by throwing out ideas, but a new interface wouldn't be bad, better sorting and stuff like that. Just kind of an overall, like a 2.0, you got to think that you have to see a difference to really feel the difference. Like a 2.0 just can't look the same, but have these hidden features underneath. So I really think we're going to see some big new, not branding, not like, colors and where they like hexagon shaped metals and everything like that. But I think they're going to reorganize and I think it's going to feel different. But as far as features, every week let's speculate on cool ideas for it. But so really, in essence, what I would like to see is a big UI change. Something that goes, whoa, you open up, you're like, dang, check this out. Obviously, it's updated. Whoa. I want to feel the difference. And also, I want all the little annoying things to go away. And we'll see. It's really...
We'll see tomorrow.
Who knows? I hope so. I'm really excited about it. We have one more here from our YouTube comments. This is from Outlaw ZA. This, thank you, Agent Soho and Agent Guy. Good content. Are you able to do a vid that would do an overlay on the Ingress world, i.e. green or blue skies, links, portals, shards? And this is a VFX thing, really. So yes, we are able to really kind of do anything that we can imagine. It's a balance of work versus time. It's like a time versus output, I guess, kind of thing. Like we're not really making money at this, obviously, but you can tell that we're very passionate about it just because we get so excited every time we talk about it or do anything.
And I've had my hand on his knee this whole episode.
Hey-o.
Oh wait, now I really do.
That's not my knee. But obviously we put in like all we have into this, but that would be like probably like putting in even more than we have capable of doing. It's a great idea, and I've actually done some VFX tests, like 3D tracking a portal that I created and putting it in real space, like over a sign or on the ground, so where you could like walk around it. So I have done these tests before, and I have some 3D models of resonators and things like that you could place, but they feel very like in a field op that we do, they feel very out of place. Like you'd be like, whoa, dude, this is great. What is this, Michael Bay all of a sudden? And then it goes back to me and Brett being corny in the car, like, it feels out of place.
Now we should try one to see what happens.
Well, see, I suspect we're going to be doing like a lore video or doing some kind of cinematic, and that's where I'm going to put the stuff. We'll blow it out of the water.
So we're going to make the first. Oh, it's not the first, but are we going to make an Ingress movie?
A short movie, not like a feature.
Well, we'll start, just do it scene by scene, and then put it in a playlist.
And we'll be done in 6 years. But yeah, we're totally all about all that. Yeah, we want to make some cool Like, I mean, if you regularly watch our field ops, you can see over the years, like, just new graphical overlays and new ideas. And I use Adobe Premiere, and I have this Logitech keyboard with all these macros, and I have them all bound to all these like complicated like presets and things that I've designed in Premiere. So I'm real fast with the editing. So it's like as I can speed up my workflow, you'll see like better and cooler things happen on the screen. You know, because I can't spend 30 hours a day, because there aren't 30 hours a day. There's only 24. So anyway, but yeah, good question.
Great, you pulling out that math.
It's what's for dinner.
Yum yum, and it's time to eat. So we better go eat.
All right.
This has been another episode of the Agent Academy podcast, and thank you all for leaving your messages. So call us, because we aren't getting the calls. So call us. Leave it. It won't bite. I promise you. Just call. Make a comment, the one that you were going to do in a tweet or a post, just call and leave it. You can do it right on your phone. You can do it on your browser. Just go to speakpipe.com/Agent Academy. You can even listen to it. Like when you, like we tried it out because we're like, maybe it's broken.
Yeah.
Like what's going on? Maybe the youngsters don't like to use this new cool technology where you can record stuff online. But we tried it and it's cool. You just hit a button and it starts recording, and then you can hit replay, go, okay, yeah, that sounded good, and then you just hit submit, and it'll be there. So speakpipe.com/Agent Academy.
Yeah. And of course, tweet us at Agent Academy on Twitter. Also Facebook, of course, we're there. We're on G+, of course, and we are about to be on Instagram, probably.
If someone didn't already take the name.
Of course, we're on YouTube. We're all over the place. Just, Agent Academy everywhere. In fact, I had a friend just the other day was like, man, I'm so glad I found you guys. I kept searching for agent agency. I was like, oh, man, that's like an agency full of agents. That's like really crazy. But yes, Agent Academy. AA.
And thanks everybody for joining up in the live stream, the first official Agent Academy live stream that's in twitch.tv/Agent Academy. I want to thank Das Boots, Pampuli, I remember you.
Pampuli.
Smurf 1994, Zylinder.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Also, I guess we should say when we're going to record this, if we're going to do it live streams from now on. We do this. We do on Wednesdays, and we're in Central Time. We're in Alabama, so make that adjustment. And we start recording at noon, right?
That's what we're going to try to do. So I run home during lunch and record, and then head back. So it's the day I have to do deploy. So I got to work later at night. So I just take a longer lunch break to come do this. So
it'd be around noon. If it's not right at noon, it's going to be around there. And then when we start recording is basically when we get set up and ready to go. It might be 12:30. It might be 12:20.
But if we're streaming, we can go ahead and start streaming, and you can see like some of the prep and stuff.
Yeah, and we'll be chilling, talking to chat room and stuff like that. So yes, every Wednesday at noon Central Time. And
then later we might start doing an after show, but we'd have to do that episode on the weekend.
On a weekend where we can stay up and have fun and stuff.
So maybe we'll plan on that like once a quarter or something.
Once a quarter?
Yeah. I don't know, a fun like anomaly night. Like if we can't go to the anomaly, we go recharge for it and then come back and do a show that night, and everybody can celebrate or cry, however it went. Probably some people will be celebrating. We'll all have fun together.
Cool. All right then.
And then of course, if you want to listen to a free audiobook, absolutely free, audibletrial.com/Agent Academy. You can sign up for a trial, and it's a 30-day free trial. Cancel anytime. Keep the book. They've got one on Ingress. I listened to it. It's a lot of fun. You get to hear some cool stuff. So go do that. Helps us out.
Yeah, and figure out the lore and let us in on it. Because it's complicated, man. It's real complicated.
It's not as complicated as that portal submission. So 14 every 15 minutes. Let me get the book out. We'll talk to you next week, everyone. Bye.